Hey, what's happening, people? So, I'm going to basically walk us through the artist business canvas and what underrated individuals is truly about. I started the whole concept looking at how to help artists be appreciated for what they're doing. And in 2012, I had no direction where I was going. It was simply a couple of teas, and I was just like, well, I'm going to get some teas together and we're going to try and push the merchandise. And that was it. It was a logo on a couple of tees, a community, just joining people together who felt underappreciated. One of the people that was actually meant to be the like at the forefront of this was Tom Malone, because at that point we were both sat in the dance studio, just kind of trying to get a good idea of where we were going to go in life. So underrated individuals was just the concept of a logo on a tee that brought a community of people together. The purpose. So the artist business canvas starts with purpose, and I feel that my purpose is to help, like, not only empower people but empower people through entertainment. I love entertainment. That's what I do. I'm a performer. I'm a creative. I come up with concept creative, like a creative solutions person. That's what I call myself. Creative direction. That's me. But that's my purpose. I feel that as a company, underrated individuals purpose is to then help artists, or empower the artistic community. um, and this will be through a number of different things. So it's like, okay, form of expression as a company is we want to supply artists with the right knowledge, so it's quite educational, to help them you know make better business decisions and also understand their own personal business models. So the form of expression here would be things like we want to put together courses that could potentially be free in the future, but that help artists actually get a good sense of what they need to do in order for them to be able to make money off those things. So our form of expression would be like creating business content for artists. Um, at the same time, it's also like I want to go back into comfortable apparel. So when an artist is on tour or when they are in the studio, it's about I want to make sure that the apparel helps them feel comfortable in a lot of spaces. That's the goal with the apparel, is to, like, not only connect people to a culture of being an artist, but to also help them feel good when they're in those spaces. And I want to do it in a way where everybody that actually is wearing the brand is empowered, and you can tell that they are an artist, but they're an artist that knows what they're doing. um our type of communication at this point is we're going to probably heavily rely on social media marketing, and there'll be a number of me reaching out to old contacts and old people in my network before I actually start to push. um, there is no budget right now. This is all the starting phases of it, and I just wanted to share, because this is, I don't know how many years on, this is nearly 10 years later, and finally now I'm putting the business together. Channels, as I said, it's mainly going to be social media. In terms of how I'm going to start with the teas and stuff, is I use a printer in Manchester. um, so I may also reassess that at a later date once I know that the demand is there, but it's all about coming up with nice tees that are comfortable, and hoodies and stuff. This is the logo, just so you guys are aware. So when you see that, that's UI. The audience, as I said, is artists. I'm looking at especially artists that are on the come up, artists that have not yet been signed, that are kind of still trying to gauge what business model they're going to run with. So it's like the artists that are finding themselves. Community spaces, we're going to have to create a few. Um, Facebook, hopefully LinkedIn as well. Um, you know, we'll see if if we could do the same with with like an outside group, like a mailing list, and have like a Zoom community, because that's something I want to do, is have an engaged community that happens to like meet up at least once a week or once a month. So for now, we'll say once a month. Now I need to basically go in depth on the key activities here, because I'm still defining how the business is going to communicate. But key activities at this point is me drawing up a lot of content to help people understand business from an artist perspective, or creative, like creative business models. So it's creating the content. That's my key activities as an individual at this point, before I'm asking for any money. In terms of key resources, I'm going to be using my phone and my laptop. I'm going to be researching a lot of content, and trying to put it into an artistic format to help people understand better how to communicate or how to build their business models. This canvas is based off the Strategyzer canvas, business model canvas, but obviously it starts with purpose and not a value proposition. So we're going to start to clean that. Key partners. Right now, the key partners will be, if you're watching this, you have an opportunity to become one of the key partners. But at this point, it will be people like Alex, who's doing the hoodies and the tees for me. It would be friends that are kind of already talking about this and semi-posting. Potential partnerships, I'll reach back out to Tom Malone, because he's doing reasonably well, and he might be able to come on board. He might want to, he might not be able to, based off his contracts at this time. But I'll reach out to a few other friends as well, um, and see what they say. So potential partnerships, that's still to come. Cost structure of the business. Right now, it costs me zero, because I'm going to work pre-sale, so people will have to order their hoodies, and when I reach a certain amount, that's when I'll get them printed. Most people be like, oh, why don't you just use Amazon? This is because the margins that I need, I would have to basically do majority of the work myself for me to be able to see that. And also, it's a personalized thing, so the way things are packaged and the way things are delivered, I want them to look a certain way and feel a certain way. So yeah, and revenue streams at this point will be, a lot of it will be coming from the merch. Um, I've started a Substack to help me actually share this knowledge, and I'll use the Substack and grow the community using that for now. In terms of the podcasts, and the videos will go out on my YouTube. So we're gradually going to grow the community, and test this business, the value proposition, tested on the free platform. So YouTube, LinkedIn, Substack is going to be my main thing, because if you want to support, you're able to pay. Um, and in terms of the merchandise, I will start to put that all together in the next week. So just stick with me and look out for the Artist Business Canvas by myself, Jerome Arab. And the company that I'm running right now is called Underrated Individuals. And we're putting it all together. So it's starting off as a sole trader from comfort of my home, and gradually, hopefully, over the next few weeks, you guys will see it develop into a private limited company. But it all depends on whether the value proposition or the purpose resonates with you. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and I hope this helped. One love.